Hello, this is Fear Dragon with the Deimos Esports Team League, and we're going to go ahead and check out the top 5 plays of this week of games. Starting off at number 5, Gravity's Kraos arrives on Fruitland as he decides to unleash some pretty unorthodox roach aggression that ruins his Terran opponent's plans.
But, this will be interesting.
I like the decision that he kind of switched into the Widow Mines. He knows that he needs the immediate defense right now, but look at this Kraos spotting the little burrowed icon, I guess, or not icon, but a little hint of a burrow from those Widow Mines, and does manage to just kind of stick around to the right side, even manages to pick off one of those Widow Mines, and he's going to be able to knock down the supply depot. Those Widow Mines are not going to be able to move or do a whole lot over here.
Oh, the burrow to try to deal with that Widow Mine. This is absolutely some awesome aggression coming out from Kraos. The bunker is doing a nice job at killing some of these roaches. 2 of them going down so far, and a lot of Widow Mines on the field. And if they run by him, it could be bad news for these roaches.
And here's the cool thing about Kraos' play wasn't that the roaches are all going to get massacred over there by those 3 Widow Mine shots, but more the fact that, I mean, Kraos, he moved out with all those roaches, and yeah, he invested into trying to get those roaches out nice and early, but this wasn't this absurd investment of, I'm gonna make 40 roaches and barrel down your front. It was a, I'm gonna mess with you and make these roaches, I'm gonna get burrow so that you have to do things like waste scans and such, and I'm just gonna drone up behind it, take a 3rd expansion. I mean, what are you gonna do? Swinging in at number 4, we have Reborn on the map, Polar Knight, with some absurdly sick Ling Micro versus Banelings. Not for the faint of heart.
So Betrayus should be able to defend here. I mean, 4 Banelings is going to be a big enough thing where, you know, you're able to just defend perfectly. And here we have the engagements happening all over the place. The Banelings just being so threatening. Reborn absolutely does not want to try to contend with these. And now that we have roaches out, Betrayus should be in a fine spot.
Oh dear. Reborn did get some great Baneling hits. He was able to take 2 out, and now it looks like he's going to be going straight up into the main.
At number 3, we've got Core Gaming's Edge on Yonsu as he holds against a Baneling bust that would honestly break down Fort Knox.
This is going to be really hard to be successful.
He actually managed to see the Baneling nest, and that is a huge tell. Now we do have a lot of Banelings. We have 12 Banelings coming out for solo. That's going to be more than enough to knock down this wall. But Edge is actually preparing a secondary wall.
Yeah, but the Zerglings are in, and there's not much in the way of defense. A couple of Queens, a 3rd one coming down as well. And here are the Roaches to finally try to deal with the Zergling force, but everything is just falling here. The 3 Queens are gone, the Roaches are gone as well, and he stuck a lot of money in those buildings that probably could have been Roaches.
Just such an overwhelming number of Zerglings that the Roaches can't deal with them. The drone's going to have to evacuate here out of the natural expansion. It's not over yet, though. More and more Roaches are coming out for Edge, and eventually he should theoretically be able to clean this up.
Yeah, I think he's going to be just fine here. The Zerglings are streaming in more and more, and if he can get a nice round, that's exactly what he wants, and there it goes.
Oh man, those Roaches going to be in a lot of trouble. Even a couple of those Zerglings get over to the main base trying to pick off some of those drones, but it looks like Edge, for the most part, has been able to clean up a lot of these Zerglings. At number 2, Root Igus holding strong against a swarm of Zerg units barreling down his front. With some good micro and a planetary fortress, he finds a way to hold strong.
Here we have a fight coming down. The Widow Mines are burrowing right under the Broodlords. The Broodlords are going to have to run away right now, but they are not running. Oh, those Widow Mines doing so much damage to the Broodlords. It looks like Igus is going to be moving up right now. Those Widow Mines just doing so much damage to the entire army of Silky. Silky trying to force this engagement, but he is not on creep. These Ultras are so super slow, and Igus can really just kite out of the way, and he's doing a beautiful job of it. It looks like these Ultras are not able to take this fight. He's forced to run away. He's not really going to be able to escape with this army either. I mean, the army from Iguz is just going to move so fast that it's going to be hard for Silky to pull back right now. He's kind of stuck in a position where he needs to go, and he's out of Broodlords, and those Broodlords were the one thing really keeping him alive here.
Yeah, a couple Banelings coming in, but with this Planetary Fortress and the Marine Marauder Force, he is going to be taking out the rest of the Ultralists. They do not have chitinous plating, as mentioned previously, which, you know, makes them not as good as they could be. This fight might have been very different. And there's the GG. Root taking game number 6, I believe.
Yep.
And that's it.
Finally, we have Seed Solo creeping his way on up to the #1 play of the week. You better watch out tonight, because Solo is a monster under your bed and under your force fields. I love what he's doing. He's just harassing this 3rd expansion, forcing Solo to come to him.
Yeah, really iffy position because of how small of an area he can fit his units into, where there's a much bigger concave for his opponent. And so he's being really cautious, and I really like this patient play from
Oh, man. This is just abusive, man, and that 3rd expansion is almost assuredly going to go down with Tunnel Claws. There's no observer out. He was just making pure immortals, and now the roaches are right on top of everything. No blink going to be used. It does start to blink back a little bit, but the immortals are still doing a lot of damage over here, Kadoink.
Yeah, this is absolutely crazy. I thought the army would just melt, and it is kind of melting, but some great force fields and blinking out has kept them alive. But another burrow coming up onto the Protoss army. This is absolutely ridiculous.
The wall is being knocked down. Solo is busting in and saying, "You're not going to get this all kill." He burrows underneath those force fields just to try and get right on top of those stalkers and the sentries. The observer is helping out a little bit, but there's just such an overwhelming number of roaches, Kadoink. I don't think that he's going to have enough to defend here. That's it for this week's top 5 plays of the week. Be sure to tune in for the Deimos Esports Team League live on Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern and on Sundays at 2 p.m. Eastern. Hope to see you guys there.